Ladies and gentlemen, our next K1 contest is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds and is sponsored by Carol's Corner MMA. Introducing first, competing out of the blue corner, representing Go USFC, weighing 195 pounds, here is Ajani Farris. And his opponent, representing OMMA, competing out of the red corner, weighing 195 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, Jermanie Powell.
Now you can see that this guy in the blue corner lost.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, Jermanie Powell versus Farris. Farris is in the blue corner, Powell's in the red corner. Here we go, K1 matchup.
Right, I was just telling Danny that you could tell that Farris lost a ton of weight based on his body style. So there's no question about that.
He's going to be strong, too.
No question. A good 40, 50 pounds.
Yeah, and he's going to be...
Well, he's got tree trunks for arms and legs.
Yeah, and shoulders.
Hey, good for him losing that kind of weight, because that's not an easy task.
Not a question.
And you see that on a lot of fighters who, lose a lot of weight. What are some things they could do as they come down in weight to prevent that from happening, I suppose?
As far as what, you're talking about loose skin?
Yes.
Unfortunately, if someone is really overweight, Ryan, that's just inevitable. The only option, if it's aesthetically bothering them, is surgery, But this guy doesn't seem to be fazed by this whatsoever. He actually is in phenomenal shape.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phenomenal shape.
These dudes are fighting.
No question.
These dudes are fighting.
Some great exchanges right
Farris
now.
has been coming. Oh, my God.
Nice attempt, but good block.
I just don't like that his mouthpiece is hanging out of his mouth, because that means you're tired and you're not clenching. You get clipped in the jaw wrong, could break your jaw.
Yeah. That's Farris you're talking about, correct? No, that's Jermanie Powell.
Powell has his mouthpiece hanging out.
Yeah, and that's easier for concussion to happen, that's for sure, when those teeth clink.
That's the first thing that I just thought about. When they rock those teeth, that's where the concussion comes from. Ryan, we talk a lot about neck strength, trap strength and neck strength for fighters. It's very, very underrated. Very underrated. They really should be focusing that on, a lot more, and that really helps with the concussion situation.
For those listening right now, Anthony is a strength and conditioning coach out on Long Island. There's a big blitzkrieg right there by Farris.
And Powell returns. Spins and returns. Oh.
Great first round.
No question.
Boys came to fight.
Yeah, they did.
Boys came to fight.
Jack Cameron Promotions, once again, putting on a great show. So what are some, for fighters, Anthony, what are some good strength and conditioning skills and techniques you can use for your neck?
Oh, there's actually, the traps are another underrated muscle for the neck. The biggest neck muscle is something called your sternomastoid muscle. So your sternomastoid is that big neck muscle that runs this way. So if someone strengthens those on both sides, there's a lot of, anterior lifting you could do, plate-loaded stuff that you could do. But that's a big thing. That and traps, very underrated. Again, someone gets hit in either side, right, left, front, back, that's where concussions happen, I've been doing that for years with not only fighters, linemen, football players, no question about it. But again, underrated for fighters. A lot of strength and conditioning coaches, I don't know if they actually focus on that. Even stability-wise, like if you could do something, like a row with someone, actually use their head to hold up your body.
Okay.
That immediately will strengthen up the neck muscle.
Kind of like a bridge where you see a lot of wrestlers do.
Absolutely. And a lot of those old school techniques we still use.
Absolutely. And we're back in round 2, ladies and gentlemen. For those who purchased the Jack Cameron Promotions pay-per-view on jackhammerfights.com, we thank you.
I think that was a slip. Oh, he's going to call it a knockdown? All right.
Danny, what do you think?
Interesting.
I thought that was a slip. I thought he was stepping in and got caught, because it looked like he hit him with the wrist more than the fist, but the ref's in there and he has a better view than we do.
And you fought on these type of canvas mats. Sometimes they're plastic, and they get very slick when there's a fight that already took place.
It's very important to come out and feel the mats at the more, like when you get here, to get used to it, to know if you have to switch your stance. Oh, there's a big
shot right there by Powell.
He's loading up that right hand. He's loading it up.
Danny, now that you said that, the mouthpiece thing is driving me insane. It's actually driving me insane.
Nice inside kick.
Nice kick.
Nice jab right there by Powell, although he's getting a warning.
I think he heard you.
He just said that.
I think he heard you.
He just said it.
As the referee gives him a warning, keeping the mouthpiece in, it's for his safety.
Ryan, am I speaking extraordinarily loud? Is this coming through the speakers? Or?
No, we hear you clear, right?
I think he's holding
you
it
can
out
hear
because he's
us all
tired.
clear, right?
He looks tired. He just took a big, Powell just took a big breath of air over here.
Right in front of us, right?
Yeah, and I think he's having trouble breathing. That's why it's out. And this is where, if you're Farris, you got to push it now. You just got to go forward.
Absolutely, although Powell continues moving forward.
Hey, Danny, breathing techniques also, obviously in through the nose, out through the mouth. What if someone has a deviated septum, broken nose, things like that, affects it big time, correct?
You gotta get, as expensive as it is, especially for amateurs, you need to get one of those good custom-fitted mouthpieces. Because when you have one of those, you can keep your mouth open, it stays in, and you can actually breathe if you have to through your mouth clear.
I completely agree.
You get these boiling bites. That's 100% a boiling bite. Those things suck.
And they hurt the mouth, everything, and he can't breathe right.
Yeah, no.
That's why I'm surprised, like in high school football, a lot of people don't invest in the mouthpieces like MMA fighters use. I think the amount of concussions would drop drastically. And I've mentioned this to people, but it's all about cost.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to pay for that. Every now and then you'll get the kids who do pay for it because, you got their braces and everything else they have going on. But they'll pay for it. But I think that would eliminate concussions drastically.
Agreed. And also, it's the grinding of the teeth.
Yep. Some of these mouthpieces are chewed up.
Absolutely. You need a dentist actually does that.
Absolutely.
That's the biggest thing. The custom one. You actually grind your teeth when you're lifting weights as well. I mean, that's another big issue. But the breathing technique, like I was asking Danny, if someone's got a really bad broken nose, right?
There's nothing you can really do to make your breathing through your nose better if it's broken. Like I know that we did our own versions of I would inhale steam. My nose would bleed all the time.
Yep.
So I would cauterize my own nose at home to stop it from bleeding.
That's really interesting, though. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
People at home do not do that.
Yeah.
No, but that's
he sits in his basement and cauterizes.
What is this, the Boondock Saints?
You got to do what you got to do. Listen, my nose used to bleed so bad that if you flicked me in it, it was leaking, and it's bad in fights.
We got a bleeder, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. He can't hold his mud.
And here we go, round 3. Good action in the second round by Powell. Powell continues strong. Farris trying to answer with a kick of his own.
I wish Farris would set his kicks up with his hands first. He's just walking in and kicking.
It's very telegraphed.
Yeah, I'd like to see 1 or 2.
And we get a spinorama right there.
Danny, that spin kick right there, how much energy is he wasting doing that at this point?
Well,
and he's tired to begin with.
It's also not smooth. He's forcing it, so it's using that. Well, that was a big spin kick back. But you can see it. He's telegraphed. He's loading it up. And
big right hand right there by Powell. Another one. And Farris eats them and continues.
Well, Farris is down a 10-8 round.
I think
from
so.
the knockdown.
Yep.
So
his headgear obviously just came apart.
That happens all the time with these Velcro.
That's the problem with the headgear, right?
The problem with the headgear is it gives people a false sense of safety. They don't keep their hands up.
And
like
those aren't customized, I'm assuming, right?
No. He's going to get an 8 count.
Farris charges in.
He just got rocked with 2 jabs. Comes back.
Another solid performance by these 2 fighters.
I like when big boys come to fight because they throw. Oh!
Big shots by Farris.
This could be a 10-8. He can turn this.
Yeah, can he turn it around at the end? That's the big question.
He came back.
Oh!
All right,
headgear falls off. Timeout.
All right, see, that was unexpected. That was completely unexpected. And Danny, could he get penalized for the mouthpiece situation at this point? No,
yeah, because you're like if it keeps falling out, they'll take a point because you're wasting time. It's a trick to get your win back. And what he did here though was bending over. And you know this being a strength coach, the worst thing he could do and a conditioning coach.
Oh, 100%.
He should have had his hands over his head, taking
Open
deep
those
breaths.
lungs up.
Absolutely.
One of the breathing tricks for fighters that I tell them, I learned it from a swimmer. When you can't breathe, you step out of punching range, you put the tongue to the roof of your mouth and take a deep breath in, and it's cold air and immediately hits your lungs, and you actually can fill your lungs quicker.
Yeah, getting on that point
Interesting.
too.
Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen.
There you have it, 3 rounds, great action.
Ooh.
Powell falls down, he's exhausted.
Powell Powell left everything out
Looks
there.
like he got shot by JFK's sniper.
He left everything out there.
Danny,
Yeah, that he did.
Also, getting back to the breathing situation, they don't understand. Men are belly breathers, so their diaphragm actually expands. Women are different. Women are actually chest breathers.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's another technique. Like, you're really not supposed to, you know, let's say you're training an athlete, whatever. You don't really compress the stomach on, you know, when you're really doing a lot of powerlifting and stuff like that. So people never really understand. I mean, I learned it in college as well, but men are really, we take that big belly
Is that why
breath.
the big, heavy power lifters, their bellies always kind of come out more?
Well, that's something called muscle belly. That's
Okay.
actually, and also what they have, because they're on a very high calorie diet and not great calories.
Yeah.
That's something called visceral fat. That's actually fat under the organs as well. But
Well, I think we have to give this one to Powell. That 10-8 round.
Yeah, I think he had the first and second round. Like you said, the 10-8 round's huge. I think it's probably going to be, even if you give Farris the third round, which I don't think he had, it's probably going to be a 30-26, this fight.
Yeah. I used to love 10-8 rounds because I knew I could take the next round off. I didn't have to push the pace the next round because I was up a round.
And we're going to throw it up to the ring announcer, Matt, for the official decision. Do we have to pop these on for him, or he's good? Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials have reached a unanimous decision. The scores by the judges, 29-29, 29-28, 30-26. And the winner being a unanimous decision, competing out of the red corner, Jermanie Powell.
So you got an 8 count. So how the fuck do you get 29-29? Yeah. And
What was it?
26-30 was, yeah.
Jermaine Powell, congratulations on your victory via unanimous decision. Certainly hard fought. Knew it was going to be a fun contest between you and your opponent.
No, I think one was a draw.
Same height, same weight, and both coming in with such intensity. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel all right. I felt like it was going to be a good fight. I definitely felt like it was going to be a good fight, and I just came out here and did what I do. And thank my sensei and my coaches, and you know, much love from you guys. It's always nice to come back after a long period of time to see the people, you know what I'm saying, that I'm rocking with, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so much love, and enjoy the fights, enjoy the event.
Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, Jermaine Powell.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Jermaine Powell with the unanimous decision.
Next is finally an MMA fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know most of you are used to the tradition of these shows by Jack Howard Promotions occurring on a Sunday. Today we're deviating from tradition, having it here on Saturday here in Wantaw. Another deviation from tradition. Normally at this point in the show, I'd be introducing stuntman, actor, and announcer extraordinaire Steve Mason. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, but he